So practically speaking, what do we do with this information? Well, some of you are probably thinking, yeah, I'll tell you what to do with that information. You're licking your wounds mentally right now, and I understand that. I've had an opportunity to do that, not publicly, but I've done that before today's sermon. But three suggestions, okay? Three practical suggestions. Number one, ask yourself a question. How am I currently investing in the kingdom of God? How am I currently investing in the kingdom of God? Just evaluate. Are you given to the kingdom of God? Maybe you're not even. I don't know. But many of us, if you say, well, that might take a little work to sort of evaluate. Well, you know what? This is tax time. I don't know if that's news to you, but it shouldn't be. Hopefully it's not. But you have until April 15th, okay? But if it's tax time, and some of you, if you give the charitable contributions, you already have gathered a lot of this information. For instance, if you've given to this church, we've already given you a statement saying how much you have donated. You can take that off in your taxes, or perhaps you can. I won't say that definitively. But this makes sense. How am I currently giving? Who am I giving to? How often am I giving? How much am I giving? You know, we need to sort of evaluate this. Investing in the kingdom of God right now pays dividends for eternity, and so it makes sense for us to sort of sit down and sort of just take stock. What am I giving to the kingdom of God, okay? It's a pertinent and a wise thing to do based on what we talked about today. A second suggestion, and this one is really related to the first one, as you'll see, is to determine your monthly income and expenses. Determine your monthly income and expenses. As a matter of fact, we have something in your bulletin that will help in this regard. It's a green piece of paper, so if you have a bulletin, just find something green and pull it out, okay? And at the top it says monthly income and expenses, and we're not going to go through this sheet, but it's just a very straightforward, very easy. Well, it's easy in that we just find the statistics, the data, and write and all this stuff in. You know, you have to do the hard part, figuring out. But when we're evaluating what we're giving, you know, just a basic logical thing, we have to know how much money we're taking in. Now, my hunch is most of us probably have a pretty good idea how much income we have on a monthly basis. Most of us probably know how much we make. But you know what? My fear is some of us, maybe even many of us, we don't have any idea what's going out the door. Not only do we not know, perhaps, what we're spending our money on, but some of us might not even know what we're spending our money on. And you know, can I be blunt? If you don't know how much money you're making every month, and if you don't know how much you're spending and where that money is going, you're not a very good manager. You know, you're really not. You're not a very good steward. Just imagine this: if I don't have a financial advisor, but if I had this financial advisor and I gave him money on a regular basis that goes to him out of my paycheck, and so each month he would invest in various things for me, okay, and his name is Joe, and I call him up, hey Joe, this is Chris, how you doing, man? Hey Chris, pretty good. What's up? Well, hey Joe, I was just calling. Had a little free time this afternoon. Can you, what's going on with my money? I'm just curious what you're investing in, and how much money I'm making, and Joe says, well, it's kind of funny that you should ask, because to be honest, I really don't have any idea. I have no idea what's going on with your money. What are you talking about? That's my money. I mean, isn't that absurd? But could be God on the other end. Chris, what do you mean you don't know how much money you're spending, and you don't know where the money's going? That's my money, Chris. We need to be good money managers, and so this will help us to figure out, to help us in this whole evaluation process. We might go through this, and we might discover, wow, I didn't think that I really could afford to give more to God, but, based on this, maybe I can. But we don't know that until we check on it and actually do the work. Investing in the kingdom of God now will pay dividends for eternity. And so it makes sense to know these basics. How much money are we making, and what are we spending our money on? It's a basic. The third and last thing on your to-do list is to be careful how you invest your money. This is pretty obvious, right? Be careful how you invest your money. And to help you do that, we have on the other side of this monthly income and expenses, on the other side, there is a sheet that says 19 questions to ask before you give to any organization. 19 questions to ask before you give to any organization. And we're not going to go through all these questions, okay? But none of us are made of money, right? We all have limited resources, and because of that, we have to be very wise. Who are we giving to? How much are we giving them? Are they a reputable organization? Okay? Are they doing the right thing? How much overhead is there for considering how much ministry they're doing? Very, very important questions. Now, I won't read all these questions, but I will read number 2, okay? Number 2 says, before giving elsewhere, have I fulfilled my primary giving responsibility to my local church? Before giving elsewhere, have I fulfilled my primary giving responsibility to my local church? Now, the writer of this, Randy Alcorn, and he's the guy, by the way, who wrote the Treasure Principle, the book that we gave out last Sunday. Randy Alcorn, like many, many people, and myself included, I believe very strongly that the majority of our giving needs to be to our local church. Translated, if you call University Heights Christian Church home, if you get something from this ministry, if you benefit, whether you attend regularly or just sort of semi-regularly, can I be really direct with you? We need your financial support. And I believe strongly that whatever we're giving, the majority of our money, the primary part of that money needs to be to our local church. Okay? Investing in the kingdom of God right now will pay dividends for eternity.